What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Scorpio Sun Sign friends. If you're born between the dates of October 23rd and November 21st, then you are a Scorpio Sun Sign, and this video is for you. Before we get into the reading, I just want to announce that I have a website, finally. It's lightofriga.com, easy to find, and it's going to be a place for you to book a personal reading with me, look at crystals, learn more about me, but most importantly, it's going to be a place for you to catch up on daily readings. That's right, I do a reading each and every single day on the homepage, so you don't want to miss out on that free readings. Go to lightofriga.com. Thank you very much for that. So let's get into this video. In this video, we're going to be doing a reading for Scorpios for the month of March, and this spread is designed to give you everything you need to make March the best month possible. We're going to be using the Robin Wood Tarot and the Untamed Truth Oracle. The Robin Wood is edged and trimmed and shuffled. It's ready to go. So if you would, please give me a moment to center myself and get the cards down on the table. Okie dokie. Now let's turn to the Untamed Truth Oracle, and we will ask it what message it has for Scorpio Sun Signs this March. What message for Scorpio Sun Signs this March? Very good. All right, let's see what we've got here. I see some wands. I see everything except cups. No, I see a king of cups. We got all the suits. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these cards individually, see what they have to say, and then look at them as a whole to see what kind of message they're painting as a whole. So the first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents the energies of last month, the energies of February, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles. And this card just screams abundance. Abundance, abundance. February seemed like a happy time. Well, not a happy time. I shouldn't say that. But it feels like it was for a lot of you a productive time. A time where maybe your dreams started coming true. Maybe you just felt loved. You felt surrounded by support by the universe, by the people in your life. And you just felt good and supported and safe and secure. You know, that's kind of what I think of when I think of the Ten of Pentacles. I think of safety and security, and happiness kind of blossoming out of that safety and security. So definitely feel some good vibes from this card. I just want to state that, you know, this is a general reading and it applies to a large group of people. So, you know, it's not going to apply to everyone. So take what works for you, leave the rest. But I encourage you guys to listen to what I'm saying and look at the images and figure out how these cards apply to you in your life so that you get the most out of this reading. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like a lot of Scorpios were doing very well in February. It's a time for abundance, and maybe some of you, you know, things worked out financially, and you know, there's a windfall or just an increase of money or finances coming to you in February. So very good things in February, I feel like. So let's move on over here. This card represents the current energies, the energies of now, and we've got the Queen of Swords. I get the feeling here that a lot of you possibly are working on the ego. The ego might be surfacing here, and the feeling I'm getting is, you know, a softening of the ego, which to me means, you know, not being so harsh with your words and your thoughts. And the Queen is, you know, someone who is going to use her thoughts and her words to benefit rather than to harm, to get what she wants, but also to help others. So you know, more positive energy coming from this card, I feel like, is, you know, maybe like turning a corner almost. You know, you have all these negative, dark thoughts, and then you say to yourself, you know, I don't really feel like they're benefiting me. I want to be more positive. So I think this is a shift towards positivity in regards to your thoughts and making sure that they're not harmful. Yeah. All right, let's go to this next card here. This card represents the energies of next month, so the energies of March, and we've got the King of Cups. Okay, whereas February was a time to master the emotion or the ego a little bit, I get the feeling that March is going to be a more emotional time for a lot of you, and I mean this in a positive way. I mean this as far as getting in charge of your emotions. I can't say who or what or what's going to happen in March that's going to cause you to be more emotional. It could be the planetary alignment, who knows? But I do feel as though there's going to be a shift to feeling more, and not just feeling more like in a negative way, but feeling more positively and being more mature when it comes to your emotions, understanding your emotions better, controlling your emotions better, not letting them sway how you feel. That's an important thing when I think of mature emotions, is that we have the range of emotions from absolute terror and sadness to total jubilation, right? We all have that range of emotion, but if you allow any particular emotion to control how you are doing, then you're just at the whims of your emotion. So I feel as though that's not being mature about it, but I'm getting a sense of maturity here from this card. So March is going to be an emotional time, I get the feeling. Let's look at these other cards to see what that means. So this card here represents what to hold on to in the month of March, and we've got the Six of Wands. And Scorpios, you're natural born leaders, a lot of you, whether you realize it or not. And this card is saying that it's time to take control a little bit. It's time to exert your force on the world. And this could be, this could be at work, this could be with your friends, this could be with your family, but just take a little bit more charge, have more self-esteem, realize that you have something positive to share. And in March, allow that positivity to affect other people, right? If you can help someone, if you're right about something, speak up. Take that leadership role, jump into that position of it's not dominance, right? When we think of a leader, yes, there's different types of leaders, and some leaders rule with force and fear, but other leaders lead through example of compassion and love and understanding for others. And I think that's what is very important for you to realize in March, is that you have a choice when you're adopting these leadership roles. Are you going to just exert your power on other people, or are you going to lead by example and show people the positive way forward? So I think in March, it's going to be very important for you, Scorpio friends, to show others the positive way forward. Don't be so shy. Don't worry about what other people are going to think or how they're going to take it. Just do what you got to do and be a kind of a beacon forward for other people in your life. All right, this card here represents the biggest hurdle or biggest obstacle you're likely to face in the month of March, and we've got the Ace of Swords. I think what this card is saying is that your ego is going to want to make a resurgence. Anytime you kind of ignore the ego says, hey, what are you doing? I'm over here and you need me. So as I said, in March, this might be more of an emotional time. I think a challenge you're going to face in March is your ego coming up and saying, don't forget about me. I got a lot of important things to share. But of course, as we all know, the most important thing your ego has to share is like fear and, separation and, I'm the best and other people are less. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very important that you control your ego. If it kind of resurges in March, just put it back in its place. And I know that's easy to say, but all it takes is just being conscious and aware of it. If you're conscious and aware of your ego thoughts and you can separate them from, let's say, your soul, then you can control it, because now you can just say, okay, ego, I hear you, quiet down, I'm going to listen to my heart now. So definitely that's going to be very important in March, is that you're conscious and aware of what your ego is doing, so that it's not self-destructive. And I think you can do that by listening more to your heart and to understanding the sound of your soul compared to the sound of your ego. And once you can separate those, then you're going to be doing great. Okay. All right, this card here represents what to let go. Oh, excuse me. Hiccup. What to let go of in the month of March. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. All right, I think this card is saying work smarter, not harder. you don't have to just, we're all so programmed, guys. We're programmed to believe that the harder we work, the more money we get. And that is just not true. The smarter you work, the more money you get. The smarter you work, the more benefits you're going to get, because it's not about how much energy you put into it. It's about the quality of the energy. So I think what this card is saying is, we have this tendency to get into a routine and we'll just pound away, especially when it comes to work or to being creative. We'll just do what we do and do it over and over and over. I think this card is saying that be a little bit more creative when it comes to work. How can you cut corners? How can you save yourself time? How can you save yourself energy? How can you save yourself money by doing things a little bit differently than you've grown to accept? Are there ways that you can streamline the whole thing, the way you work, so that you're working 2 hours a day rather than 8, and you're getting the same amount done? Think about that, and it's definitely possible. If you consider, let's say you have a desk job where you work 8 hours a day, and you kind of break down your time. I spend 45 minutes in the bathroom. I spend 36 minutes playing Candy Crush. I spend 2 hours on the internet. Right, okay? If you could streamline that to 2 hours, you'd be working a lot smarter. And then you could go home and do all sorts of fun things. That's just an example of a way to work smarter, not harder. That's not exactly what I'm saying here, but I think you'll figure it out what this means for you. Alright, this card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of March, and I just want to say that yes, of course there's individuals in our life and who will have individual energies, but this card is kind of looking at them as a whole. And we've got the Five of Wands. Not the card you necessarily want to see in this position. The feeling I'm getting is just of conflict, of fighting, of butting heads with other people. And I think that's going to be a result of, stepping into a leadership role. Anytime you step into a leadership role, people are going to see that and say, well, why should we follow you? Why do you think you know more than me? Why do you think that, I should be led around by you? Who are you? Right? You know what I mean? That could be one of the causes of it. It also could be that it seems like your vibrations are steadily rising here based on what happened in February. I'm getting very positive vibes, and so as your and then moving forward, just more and more positivity for Scorpio. So as you're vibrating higher, the people that you used to be around, they're going to notice that change, that shift, and they're going to not necessarily shift with you. So now you're at kind of different vibrations, and that could cause some rifts. That could cause arguments. That can cause debates. That can cause just whatever type of fighting you do. It could be UFC. I don't know, but don't worry about it. It's just part of life, and don't engage if you can. Just rise above it. Okay, if someone tries to pick a fight with you, let that ego know that I'm not going to get involved in this fight, and just rise above, okay? Yes, they have a different opinion than me. That's okay. No big deal. All right, let's look at this card, which represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of March. And we've got Page of Wands. I think you're going to realize in March that what's better than going on an adventure? Yes, we can fall into routines, like I was saying with the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, we can, we have a way of doing things, and we do it day in and day out. But I think March, the biggest lesson that we're likely to learn is that be spontaneous. Go on an adventure. Throw caution into the wind. All right, you haven't put down the plan. You haven't figured out all the expenses. You don't even know how it's going to happen, but why not just go on an adventure? Like, you know what I mean? Why not just say, okay, well, we'll see what happens, right? You don't have to necessarily plan out your adventures. And this could be traveling. This could be going to the park. It doesn't matter. On a small scale, on a grand scale, everything in between, seek adventure in March. And I think that's going to be the lesson that you're going to learn, is that when you look back on your life, you're going to remember the adventures, and you're going to forget the mundane day-to-day things. Aha. So now that we've seen this reading as a whole here, definitely feel like some positive energies happening for Scorpio. It looks like a conscious effort to improve your vibration, to be less egotistical or less driven and more heart-based. So I definitely see some positivity there. Don't be afraid to flex your leadership muscles. As your vibration raises, you're going to see how to help people. You're going to see, where people need help, and you know exactly how to help them. So be a leader, but at least do example rather than trying to tell people, I'm smarter than you, so you do what I say. Don't do it that way. Okay. Make sure that your ego's in check in March. Don't allow it to get out of control. It's going to want to resurge back just because you've kind of put it on the back burner a little bit, but just be aware of it and you can control it. And get out of the routine. The routines that you do are, good, but they're not the most effective way of doing things. Work smarter, not harder, and you'll find that you're going to have more free time, you're going to have more money, and you're just going to be happier. And the people in your life in this in March are going to be kind of butting heads against you, but that's okay. Let them do their thing. You do your thing. Lead by example, and you'll have no problems. And the biggest lesson is, of course, go out on an adventure. Create memories. Go experience things rather than doing the same thing day in and day out. I think that's going to be the biggest lesson for you to learn. All right, before we go, we asked the Untamed Truth Oracle what message it had for Scorpio Sun Signs this March, and we've got security. Oh, what a beautiful message. Yeah, okay, look, you're in a winter wasteland, right? And you're in your cabin, and it's safe in there. It's secure in there. And you're protected from the cold. You're protected from bears. You're warm. You got food in there. But it's kind of a lonely existence. Security, I think, a lot of times brings stagnation. It brings loneliness and stagnation. If you leave that cabin, you are going to find adventure. You might encounter a bear. You might encounter, a pot of gold. I don't know what you're going to find out there. But whatever it is, it's going to be exciting. And yes, you might throw away a little bit of security. The bear could eat you, but you could get the most beautiful photo of a bear you've ever seen, right? So it's a trade-off. Security is... it helps, but it also hinders. And just keep in mind, what kind of life do you want to live? One that's secure and boring, or one that's exciting yet a little bit tumultuous? And I think that's going to be the message for March is, make a choice. The choice is always yours, but make it and live with the results. All right, Scorpio friends, that's the reading. Remember, this is a general overall reading. Not everything's going to apply to everyone. But if you want a specific reading where I tap into your energies, head on over to my website, lightofriga.com, and go to the personal reading section, and you can peruse the different readings there, and we can work together to get to the bottom of any issue that you might have. So I'd appreciate it if you go check out lightofriga.com. If you like this video, please give it a like. It lets me know you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to say, put that in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the videos that I've put out. They're weekly readings, monthly readings, bi-monthly. You don't want to miss out on any of them, so hit that subscribe button, please. All right, Scorpio friends, you're making a choice to raise your vibration. The next choice in March is going to be, do I seek adventure or do I keep doing what I'm doing? And the choice is yours. I wish you love and light as you make that choice. Have a great March, Scorpio friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.